friends to my kitchen. Benvenuti alla mia cozinha. What am I doing today? I am getting ready for some meals that I need to make for some customers, and I thought I would show you what I'm doing today. I'm making bifanas with butter rice. These bifanas, I cut them yesterday. They're the pork loin, and I cut them yesterday, and I've had them marinating overnight in the refrigerator. You want pork loin, and you want to cut it as thin as possible. I had, say, maybe about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch, and then I pound it with my mallet. And I've had it marinating here with garlic, bell pepper, and malagueta, and some red wine, and that's what I had it marinating. I used a very little of the malagueta because these people are for older people and they cannot eat spicy stuff, so I use more of the bell pepper. If you don't have bell pepper sauce, use paprika. It works the same way. If it was for us, I would put more spicy. So I've taken out of the refrigerator, and I'm gonna let this sit here for maybe an hour. I want this to come to room temperature, so that way when I cook it, it doesn't go into shock. So you want your meat, when you want to cook meat, you want to take it at least half an hour or up to an hour, depending how big your meat is. So anyway, so I'm gonna let this, I'm gonna mix all this to make sure that all this is has had some of that marinade. And then I'll show you what I do. I already have a video on my YouTube channel, the Bifanas, but there's always newcomers, and I figure I would show how I make my Bifanas. I'm all at São Miguel, and since I'm making this, why not make a video? And I'll show you. Okay friends, I'm gonna start frying. I'm gonna start cooking my bifanas. Now, most people do put oil and start frying their bifanas. I don't do that. This is how my mom taught us, and this is how I always do it. And every time I make it, I tell them the recipe, they say mine never come out as good as yours. You take your meat and you put it on the frying pan with no oil. You want to spread it out. And if I see a lot of pieces of garlic, I try to remove it because it's just going to burn. And we're going to reuse this sauce. So anyway, then the first one you flip, when they turn white like this, you flip it to the other side. These are not cooked. They're not seared because we're not trying to get no color. You just want to put them for maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes per side, and then they're gonna water's gonna come out of it. That's normal. Once they get that, put it in a something aside, and do to all the meat the same thing. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this to the meat, all this, and then I'll show you what's the next step. Friends, I'm at the end of doing the first step on my bifanas. This is all that I have. And any liquid that accumulates in here, I pour into here. Now, I'm gonna wash my pan. The reason I washed my pan was if it had pieces of burned garlic, I didn't want this to be a bitter sauce. So my mom never washed her pan. She would just clean it, but I clean it, I wash it, take all the, if there's any burned garlic, and then I go to the next step. So now I'm gonna use, this is a low grade olive oil. It's an olive oil that is mixed with other oils. Anyway, so I'm gonna bring this oil till it gets hot, and then we're gonna start frying our second time our bifanas. It's a two-step process. Okay, my oil is hot, and so now I'm gonna start frying my bifanas. And you don't want to fry them to death. Again, it's a light frying. Be very careful of this because it still has water. It's going to splatter. So be very careful. You just want to start getting gold in both sides. And don't overcrowd the pan because then they won't fry. They'll just steam. And then any juice that accumulates on this pan, I don't throw it away. Pour into your marinade that you marinate your meat. Some people get grossed out because you marinate raw meat and then you're going to use it. So we're going to put that sauce in here, and it's going to boil. It's going to kill any bacteria that was in there. It will be fine. See, you just want to get it a little bit golden, not much. You don't need to be frying this until there's nothing left. Every time I make this, everybody, this was one of my kids' favorite meals, still to this day. And it doesn't matter what I mix with. It could be with mashed potatoes, rice, French fries. They love it. Okay, friends. I'm done frying my bifanas, and now I'm making the sauce. I thought I was recording, but it didn't. So I cleaned the pan again and saved a little bit of the oil that I fried my bifanas, and I poured my marinade, and I'm pouring a little bit more wine. Boil for maybe about 5 minutes in here until you don't see no more foam, nothing. So that's what I mean is, if there was any bacteria, it's going to be killed. If there was any bacteria in here, it will kill it. You want this to reach above 165. If it reaches above 165, then you have killed that bacteria. So I'm going to let this stay here and boil. I'm going to taste for salt and see if I need to add more malagueta or anything. So it has come to a rolling boil, and it's reached above 165. So now I'm going to taste, see if it needs anything else. I need to add a little bit more malagueta. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of malagueta and a little bit of water. I taste too much wine. Maybe a half a cup of water. Bring this to a rolling boil again. These are my bifanas, look. They're fried, so now, and they accumulate some of the juice. I don't know if you can see it. There's some juice in there. That's delicious flavor. Test the temperature again. Okay, it's at 191. So it has reached above 165. So it's safe. I'm gonna taste again. Now see if it needs anything else. And my sauce is done. So now, I'm gonna grab a ladle and let's drizzle some of this over. And there it is, my bifanas. My son just got back from Alaska. He's gonna get some. Lucky him. So, okay friends, here is my Bifanas ready for my customers. And I say customers, these customers are family. So, I'm gonna keep this in the refrigerator, in my oven, keep it warm, and then later on, I'm gonna distribute, and some of them actually will pick them up later. So I already have a recipe for all the Bifanas, these kind of Bifanas. I will leave the recipe on the description again. And for those newcomers who are coming to my channel, welcome to A Taste of the Azores with Angela Castro. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate you clicking on and watching my videos. And if you didn't subscribe, please do. Give me a thumbs up. Share my videos on your social media with your family and friends. Until next time, have a good day.